women and power. That's what unit number 4 in Gateway to English 2 is about, and that's what we're gonna see together today. And I'm so sure that you students can make a great and awesome discussion about this topic in your classroom, and that you might have enough ideas uh, to review together the elements in this video. So we go straight to the first lesson of unit number 4, which is a vocabulary lesson that talks about prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes are letters which we add before certain words to form new words. The meaning of the new word depends on the prefix that has been added. Examples: anti means against, antivirus. Bi, it means two. A bilingual student is a student who speaks two languages. Co, it means with. My co-worker is somebody that used to work or works with me. Ex-president or ex-wife or ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, it means previous. Now, suffixes are letters which we add to the end of certain words to form new words. Examples: enjoy, it's a verb. When we add the suffix ment to the end of the verb enjoy, it changes to a noun, but the meaning doesn't change at all. The same thing for lonely, loneliness. Formal, formality. Friend, friendly. So we might conclude that a prefix is letters we add before the word and they change the meaning. However, a suffix is letters we add at the end of the word. They don't change the meaning, but they change the category. Verb to noun, noun to adjective, adjective to adverb. The second lesson is a communication lesson, and it's about apologizing. To apologize is to tell somebody that you are sorry, simply, for having done something that has caused him inconvenience or unhappiness. When we do something that hurts somebody else, we apologize for that. I am sorry. Let's move on to the next slide, and we're going to check some expressions that are used to make an apology and to respond as well. To make an apology, we can simply say, I do apologize for, I am so sorry for, please forgive me for, I am terribly sorry for, please forgive me for my, and we say what wrong thing we did that we are apologizing for. To respond to apologies, we can say, that's all right, no problem, never mind, I don't bother yourself, don't worry about it, you couldn't help it, no harm done. The main lesson of unit number 4 is a grammar lesson, and we're going to talk about the passive voice. So before we get started, I just want you to know that in the examples, we're going to always start from an active sentence and change it to a passive sentence. And we should know also that an active sentence is a subject, a verb, and an object. Now, when do we use the passive voice? We use the passive voice 1. When the subject, the doer of the action, in the active sentence is not known. Example: someone broke the window last night. Someone is the subject, broke is the verb in the past tense, past simple, the window is object. But when we say someone, it's not like if we say Ahmed or Hassan. The subject is not known, so we just change the sentence from active form to passive form. And we're gonna get a sentence like, the window was broken last night. Number 2 or B, when the subject is not important. It's known, but we don't really give it that much importance. Example, the company will publish Najib Mahfouz's new novel. In this sentence, we know the subject is the company. The action is will publish, but the object, Najib Mahfouz's new novel, is much more important than the subject. So we change the sentence to passive form and we get Najib Mahfouz's new novel will be published. Now, we use the passive voice also when the action is more important than the person who does it. Let's check an example together. In the active sentence we have, the teachers organized the English Olympics in our school. Since the English Olympics is an event and it's in a school, we are so sure, or it's obvious, that there will be some teachers involved in it. So in this sentence, the organization of the English Olympics is an important event, much more important than who really organized it. So we changed the sentence to passive form and we get the English Olympics were organized by the teachers in our school. So, to change a sentence from active to passive, the following changes take place. Let's check that together. We always start from an active sentence. That means a subject plus a verb. The verb always has a tense. It can be present simple, past continuous, past perfect, future simple, future perfect, plus object. When we change the sentence to passive, we start with the object plus the verb to be. The verb to be in the tense of the verb in the active sentence, and that verb changes to past participle. When the subject is known but not important, we can add by subject. Now, you might have noticed in the previous slide that one of the important elements in the passive form structure is the verb to be. So here is a table that summarizes all the forms of the verb to be in the different tenses that students of baccalaureate are acquainted with. The verb to be in the present simple will always be are, is. Present continuous, are, is, being. In the past simple, was or were. In the past continuous, was or were, being. In the present perfect, have or has been. In the past perfect, had been. In the future simple, will be. In the future perfect, will have been. There are certain important things that we should remember about the passive voice, and we're gonna start with the first important point, which is that the subject is always deleted in the passive sentence when it's one of the following: people, one, someone, somebody, and they. We don't have to repeat the subject in the passive sentence when it's one of those words, simply because that's one of the main reasons why we change the active sentence to a passive sentence. Second important point, when we have an object pronoun like me, you, him, they change to subject pronouns like I, you, he in the passive form. Let's check an example together. In the active form we have, they arrested him. Him is an object pronoun. When we move it, it changes to he in the passive sentence and we get he was arrested. Since we are talking about women, Women also can be arrested, right? Don't you think so? So let's say we got an active sentence that says they arrested her. Her is an object pronoun that is going to change to she was arrested. The third important point is that some verbs in English take two objects, such as send, offer, give, and these verbs, they're going to have two passive forms. Example, the little kid gave Laura some flowers. Laura is object number one, sunflowers is object number two. If we move object number one, Laura, we're gonna get Laura was given some flowers by the little kid. If we move sunflowers, the second object, we're gonna have sunflowers were given to Laura by the little kid. Now the verbs think, believe and say, and know, they are used in the passive form as in the example. Let's check the active form first. People believe that, think that, say that he lied in the court. We got two options to change this active sentence into a passive form. The first one, which is really easy, it's believed that, it's thought that, it's said that he lied at the court. The second one, we start with he, which was subject in the active sentence. And then we say he is believed, he is thought, he is said, plus the infinitive form of the verb in the active sentence, to lie in the court. Thank you very much for your attention, and I always wish you the best of luck. See you in unit number 5 really soon. Goodbye, everybody.